Assalamu alaikum. In order to collect research data, we need to have some tools in order to collect all the data properly and effectively. So we are going to cover three tools: questionnaires, interviews, and observations. This is the first tool that we are going to start today, that is questionnaire. We are going to cover definition, purpose, characteristics, functions, and elements. First thing, the definition. Questionnaire is basically a set of predetermined questions for all respondents that serve as a primary research instrument in survey research. It is used to collect factual information in a different form. Obviously, it can be in the open-ended form or in the closed-ended form, which we are going to discuss tomorrow. And it consists of a form containing a series of questions. This form is usually especially for a closed-ended questionnaire. Characteristics of a good questionnaire. Questionnaire should be concerned with the specific and relevant topic. It should be short. Direction and wording should be simple and clear. Questionnaires should be objective. Embarrassing questions, presuming questions, the questions which you can presume that this is going to be the answer, and hypothetical questions should be avoided. It should be presented in a good order. It should be attractive, neatly printed, and clearly arranged. Basically, a questionnaire has got two functions: either to get some descriptive information, some demographic information of the participants, or you want to measure their opinions, their attitudes, their behaviors. Okay, so on the basis of their functions, it is divided into two types: description and measurement. Description includes provide a description about age, sex, marital status, occupation, income, political affiliation, religious affiliation, etc. Basically, it's the demographic information that you collect from the participants. जो फर्स्ट पेज पे आपका होता है जिसमें आप नेम और क्वेश्चन है वो सब सॉल्व करते हैं या करवाते हैं, that is basically known as the description. Now, the other questions in which you measure individual or groups' attitudes, opinions, traits, and habits, it is called as measurement questionnaire. There are different purposes of questionnaires. The first or the primary purpose is to extract data from respondents in the form of interview questions or opinions or questionnaires. Means if you want to extract some data, some information from the participants or the respondent, you need to have questionnaires. It is an inexpensive way to gather data from a potentially large number of participants, especially by emails or mails or telephone. When you want to collect data from a large number of participants, just like in survey, you need to have a questionnaire so that you can easily collect data. If the population is large and you want to collect data through interview, then it will be more time consuming and very difficult, right? And it will take more I mean it will cost more expenses as well. So this is basically less expensive, and it is you can easily collect large number of data through questionnaires. It helps to increase the speed and accuracy of recording. When properly constructed and responsibly administered, it becomes a very important tool for providing a standardized data through this gathering procedure. It basically helps save time, money, and energy. Improperly designed can lead to some confusion, some problems. So, designing a questionnaire is very important. Now, the elements of the questionnaire. Elements of the questionnaire are basically the important requirements of a questionnaire that should be there in any questionnaire, whether it is an open-ended questionnaire or a closed-ended questionnaire. So the first thing is the title, your research title, that should be there mentioned on the very first page, on the very initial stage. It should be clearly mentioned there. It should be very clear and precise. This helps to identify the domain of the investigation. Means when you are writing your research title, then this will show what you are going to do. So the respondent is initially get oriented to the investigation. The respondent will become active or will be prepared for what you are going to ask them. It should be captivating enough to attract attention and enthusiasm. The second important element of a questionnaire is the general introduction that should be related with your research title. Like for example, example is given over here, population questionnaire. So the questionnaire is designed to allow underwriters to assess the exposure that exists in your activity, means the details that is required for your questionnaire, the description or the purpose of your study. The respondent is assured of the confidentiality of the information, making clear that there is no wrong in answering the question, and honesty is also promised. You want to assure them that nothing your their information is not going to be sent to anyone, or it's not going to be leaked or shown anywhere else. Okay, so confidentiality is very important. This is what you are going to cover in this general introduction. The third is the specific instruction. A specific instruction is related with how to solve that questionnaire. Like over here, it's mentioned this offer concise demonstration on how to carry on with the business of responding to the questionnaire. Like for example, if it's a Likert scale, then you have to mention that you have to select the correct opinion, or the opinion which you think is the most relevant. Okay, or answer only one question. Or if it is a ranking scale, then you have to mention the its order. Okay, so these are the things which the instructions basically should be clear in this part. So the first thing is the title that you have mentioned, then the information, and then the instructions. Then come the fourth thing is the questionnaire item. Questionnaire item is basically means the questionnaire elements, the questions that you have included in your questionnaire. So it is basically the main part which should be clearly mentioned. Everything should be there should be no ambiguity in questions or repetition. We'll discuss that in detail, but right now this you should know that this is the most important element. Then afterwards, the additional information. This is optional. Sometimes the researchers include this additional information, which includes whether you have to, you can give your contact number, or you can say that this is, if you want a copy, I will give it to you, and so on, right? So this is basically additional information is optional. Then the last thank you, that is also required. Obviously, when someone is spending so much time for you, so it is required, it is necessary to thank them, right? So in the end, you have to just write thank you. Okay, that's all for the for today. We are going to cover this questionnaire tomorrow.